If you're like most people who are trying to decide whether a robot vacuum mop is worth a spot on the kitchen counter, the biggest question you're really asking is, will this thing actually make my daily cleaning easier without becoming a new source of frustration? You've probably seen a dozen glossy ads that promise spotless floors, silent operation, and flawless mapping, but the reality is often a little messier. The risk is that you spend good money on a gadget that either misses the corners you hate or spends half its battery just trying to figure out how to get around your living room chair. That's why I'm going to walk through what it's really like to live with the roborock Saros 20, what kinds of homes it shines in, and where it might fall short enough that you'd be better off sticking with a good old-fashioned broom. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The Saros 20 isn't just another vacuum on paper, it's a hybrid that tries to blend sweeping and mopping in a single pass. That sounds perfect for a busy family that wants to keep both hard floors and low-pile carpet looking decent between the occasional deep clean. The first thing I noticed when I unboxed the unit was the way the dock and the included cleaning solution bottle are packaged together. The solution is marketed as official, which means you won't have to guess which detergent mixes best with the robot's water tank. In my own tests, that saved a few minutes of trial and error that I've spent with other brands that required a separate purchase of a specific cleaning fluid. Now, let's talk about the real-world setup. The Saros 20 is essentially plug-and-play. You place the charging dock against a wall, plug it in, and press the start button. The robot does a quick self-check, then rolls off on its own. If you have a narrow hallway or a door that isn't fully open, the robot's side brushes will nudge the door or the furniture just enough to get through, but it does have a tendency to get stuck on very low thresholds. So a quick glance at the floor plan before you let it run can save you a couple of minutes of rescue missions. For a first-time robot buyer, that's a fairly low learning curve. You don't need to draw virtual barriers because the unit can recognize a simple rope or a small rug and avoid it pretty reliably. One of the most useful features for me was the way the Saros 20 handles transitions between carpet and hard floor. Many robot vacuums will pause or reverse when they detect a carpet, which can double the cleaning time. The Saros 20, however, automatically adjusts its suction power when it senses a change in surface texture. On a recent Saturday, I let it run across my entryway, a mix of marble tiles and a runner rug, while I watched a movie. By the end of the cycle, the tiles were free of dust, and the rug was only lightly brushed, not soaped. That's because the mop pad only activates on hard surfaces. The robot turns off the water spray as soon as it senses a carpeted area. The result is a clean floor without soggy carpet, which is a real pain point for many families. If you're thinking about the everyday hassle, you'll appreciate the scheduling options. The app lets you set a daily run time, and you can also create a clean when home rule that tells the robot to pause if it detects motion. I tried the quiet mode late at night, and the unit cut its suction to a whisper while still moving at a decent speed. It didn't vacuum every speck of dust, but it took care of the larger debris that tends to accumulate around pet hair. Speaking of pets, the Saros 20 is decent at picking up cat hair from low-pile carpet, but it struggles with thick, tangled fur that clumps on the brush. If your household has a shedding dog, you might find yourself emptying the dustbin a bit more often than you'd like. When it comes to strengths, the biggest win is the integrated mopping solution. Most robot vacuums either require you to buy a separate solution or give you a generic water tank, leading to confusion about how much detergent to use. The Saros 20's bottle is pre-filled with the right proportion for a single cleaning session, and the app indicates when you're running low. In practice, that means you can set your robot to mop once a week, and you'll never have to guess whether you're overwatering or underwetting the floor. The cleaning path is also fairly systematic. The robot maps your home the first time it runs, and subsequent passes follow the most efficient route, which reduces the number of times it goes over the same spot. If you have a medium-sized apartment with an open floor plan, you'll notice that the robot finishes a full home cycle in about 70 minutes, far quicker than the 90+ minutes I've seen advertised for comparable models. On the flip side, there are a few hidden trade-offs. The dustbin capacity is on.